Welcome back. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to encourage you to use the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. The United Nations International Children Education Fund, UNICEF, says over 34,512 children out of those with stunted growth in Adama State are malnourished. Now, this was made known by Mrs. Philomena Irene, a UNICEF nutritionist from the Bauchi Zonal Office, during a one-day orientation program in collaboration with the Adama State Primary Healthcare Development Agency held in Yola, the state capital.
Nigerians living in the North-East region have suffered a lot of devastation in the hands of the Boko Haram terrorists. Locals have been killed and maimed in their hundreds and properties vandalized. Makeshift camps are home to many displaced persons who rely on humanitarian support for food and other relief materials. Owing to this, a large number of children under 5 are malnourished. According to the United Nations International Children Education Fund, in Adamawa State alone, 34,512 children suffer from malnourishment.
In North-East, especially in Nigeria, 23.6% of the children are stunted. Insurgent activities makes Adama case more worse also than the many states, but it makes it now more demanding because of the influence of IDP in Adamawa State.
The UNICEF nutritionist also raises the issue of breastfeeding.
82% of those children in Adamawa State do not get exclusive breastfeeding. 82% of children in Adamawa State, they are not exclusively breastfed. And we all know the importance of exclusive breastfeeding.
The state government appears to be taking a heed from this.
We will give them either once in a, and we share this RUTF using weight of the child. Until we take the anthropometry, that is the weight of the child, we will now be measuring this mark to see that this child is really recovering, and then the weight.
They're working hard to save the children because malnutrition is said to be directly responsible for 300,000 deaths per year in children younger than 5 years in developing countries, and contributes indirectly to more than half of all deaths in children worldwide.
The Emir of Kwara, Alhaji Solo Gambari, is urging the federal government to take decisive action on the incessant herdsmen attacks on communities to avert the risk of another security crisis as the Boko Haram in the northern part of the country concerning the Boko Haram insurgency. He said the herdsmen are not Fulani, but persons who are taking advantage of the persistent crisis and lack of government intervention to cause the loss of lives and property. Alhaji Gambari was speaking to the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, who paid him a courtesy visit on his way to inspect the steel manufacturing industry in Ilorin, Kwara State. The Vice President says Nigeria must take steel manufacturing to the next level, which will entail providing all of the country's needs and enhancing exportation. The Vice President is in Ilorin to carry out a groundbreaking ceremony for a steel sheet manufacturing site, also in Kwara State. Now to commerce, frontline Italian designer Mussoorie Fashion and Design has entered into a partnership with the Cross River State government to produce top-of-the-range designer wear for its garment and textile factory. Chief Executive Officer of the company, Gianmarco Mussoorie, who inspected the factory with Governor Ben Ayade, said his team are ready to add an Italian touch to the products from the factory to turn it into a leading exporter of fashion and garments. Governor Ben Ayade says the project is a huge success, noting that the factory will focus on the market where the cost element is low with high turnover.
We are here together with His Excellence because we would like to give an Italian touch to the wonderful project he has made. He's in mind for so many years and now he's here, almost ready. So I am proud to be like the blood, the Italian blood of this company.
All of that we produce out of here. We are not a high-end garment factory. We're focusing on a market where the cost element is low, but the turnover is heavy. That's what we're focusing now. But by the time we bring in the bespoke component, which is the one we'll be designing for high-end, it's at that time that the specificity of label becomes critical. But under the AGOA program, which is the African Growth Opportunity Act, this design with the US, everything we produce here, we find this market in America, and that's the position.
Mr. Ben Ayade, Cross River State Governor. Now, still in the South, Edo State government says it is considering solar power options as part of its future rural electrification projects in the state. The Edo State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry revealed this when he commissioned a 24-kilowatt microgrid solar solution financed by the Bank of Industry in the Obayato village in the Ikpoba local government area of the state. The acting managing director, BOI, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, says the Obayato project is the 5th of the 6 pilot projects being financed by the Bank of Industry.
This is a ceremony to commission a 24-kilowatt solar power upgrade for Obayato community in the Ikpoba local government area of Edo State, a project financed by the Bank of Industry, BOI. The acting managing director, BOI, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, said the company had to grant a 15-year loan repayment plan to make this possible.
The Bank of Industry has now also provided the sum of 44 million naira to Energy Solar Limited at a concessional interest rate of 7% for 15 years. We hope to replicate the project in other Ovary communities in Edo State in collaboration with Edo State government as well as other parts of the country in partnership with the respective state governments.
If solar energy is deployed on a large scale in Nigeria, it will solve the nation's power problems as well as unemployment. For the Edo State government, this project has opened a window of new opportunities the government can explore.
What we have here now is good enough for an isolated farm, for a school, a health center. If you cannot power the whole village, at least the health center will have electricity, and all that. So on behalf of the subject, let me assure you that we are going to collaborate with BOI to take this forward in Edo State.
Residents of the community speak on the impact of the project to them.
I like to call it for our community, so I feel well.
There's no more season it. At least more you buy your card, you enjoy it.
Nigeria still suffers from acute power shortage, and if this source of energy is further explored, it will bring a reprieve to the people.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, Edo State Governor Adams Oshomole speaks on poverty eradication.